Quinn Cosper. Quinn is 9, and you guys have been training together is it over 2 years or a year and a half?
It feels like 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a year and a half. He's had 2 seasons, so it's probably been a year and a half.
Quinn started soccer late compared to all his buddies in his elementary school. His first season was a fall season when he was 7.5. And his friends, they started playing competitive when they were some 4, but the rest at 5. So he had his first season, and it was hard for him. He's a very sensitive boy, and he was playing on a team with a lot of his buddies that have been playing and were really good. And after just a couple practices, he came to me teary-eyed that he didn't want to play anymore because he said he wasn't any good and it's not fun because everyone's so much better than him. And I talked to him about, as I with both my children, if we start something, we finish it. We don't quit on, a commitment or a team. So we worked through it together, and he ended up really significantly improving throughout the season. But he was really only comfortable playing defense because he just naturally excelled there. He was having anxiety and fear to even try shooting the ball because he just didn't know how to shoot, and he had the weakest shot on his team. So as the season was winding down, I thought to help him catch up and help him build his confidence, because I could tell he was starting to enjoy it, but there was so much he needed to learn. And when the rec league he was playing in, there really wasn't actually any real coaching going on. Mm-hmm. In my background, I grew up playing football and lacrosse. I didn't really know the technical techniques and skills of how to really coach him on soccer. So I just did a Google search on a private youth soccer coaches in San Diego County, and your website and all the glowing reviews and things popped up. So it inspired me to reach out and talk with you on the phone. And then after we had our initial conversation, I felt even more comfortable that I thought you would be a great fit for Quinn, and it proved to be a very wise decision.
Would you say that was his worst soccer moment, that season when he was comparing himself with his friends and came to you?
Let's see. I would say yes, it was. I mean, he was starting to tear up and cry during rec league practice, and it was. I felt very helpless as a parent because you always want to protect your children, and I felt so bad. I felt really responsible and bad that I dropped the ball on getting him started younger. I didn't realize the kids started so young around here, and that it would starting at 7 he'd feel really behind, but that's what transpired. So I would say that was kind of a low point where 2 weeks into a rec league soccer he wanted to quit because he felt he wasn't good enough and he was embarrassed. So that was I would say that was the low point.
Oh man, I totally feel you.
But his footwork has improved tremendously. Also, just learning how to juke and to once he got to a little bit more competitive, kids weren't just running around each other, running straight lines. You need to really set up your move and beat people. So that was big. I'd say the main thing though was just his shot, because he was. I mean, even it took a while working with you to build up the confidence to even want to, before practice and games, go out and shoot with the other kids, because he still felt that he
asked to play forward, or different.
Yeah. He only wanted to play defense because he had a phobia of shooting on goal, because when he first started, he was so bad at it that other kids laughed at him, and it just broke my heart. And he's really worked at it with you. And then he also, started working at your recommendation at home on our little goal in the backyard. And it was such an amazing thing to see that this season, for the first time, he has one of the strongest shots on his team, and he's starting at midfield, and he's scoring goals. And it's, the coaches even asking him to go take corner kicks. So that was amazing. And just then his overall just confidence on a soccer pitch has grown leaps and bounds since he started with you. So everything I was looking for, and I think Quinn's looking for, he's found working with you. And I mean, he loves it. Also, his conditioning has improved significantly working with you too, because he's the practices with you are usually almost always harder than practice. And even when he's playing midfield in games, it's, you know, it prepares him for that amount of running that he had to do, which before he would get winded super easily. Mm-hmm. So now he knows how to, you know, catch his breath as you taught him when he's recovering, and then also just building up his stamina. So yeah, all that great stuff. That was something to mention to any other parents considering this. Most coaches that I grew up playing with, they had one style, and it, like, you know, it worked for some players, didn't work for others, and that was basically tough if you're one of the players their style didn't work for. The best coaches are able to read the person and learn the person and determine what style is best to get the most out of them and help them progress. And I think you're very good at that.